Hey guys, Travis Henry here. Before I go any further, I want to let you know that this clip contains major spoilers for The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and all things Star Wars universe. So I'll give you a moment to click away before we go any further. Alright, warning out of the way. I've returned from 2 watchings of The Last Jedi, and I believe I've cracked the code of Rey's parentage. There's a critical moment in that movie where Rey enters a dark force nexus under the island that Luke has been hiding out on. And she asks the critical question, who are my parents to this dark side nexus? You see 2 figures come forward, 2 shadowy figures come forward. And then the foggy plane she's looking into clears, and you see a picture of Rey. I believe that Rey is a living embodiment of the light side of the Force. The name of the first movie, The Force Awakens, would tend to agree with this, but there's more. There's more than just that. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I have followed it through the Lucas years as well as into the Disney years. And as I was thinking about the movie, as I was looking this over, some of you follow the Clone Wars cartoon, both the older and the new. I'm talking about the new, the canon stuff. There's a time where Anakin Skywalker confronts 4 entities, or at least encounters 4 entities. The father, the mother, the son, and the daughter, representing respectively order, chaos, darkness, and light. Okay. He fights them. The prophecy of the Skywalkers is that Anakin will bring balance to the Force. There's a dagger that can kill some of these beings. These beings are shown to be very ancient. They are what the Celestials became after they created the Star Wars cosmos, the multiverse. Over the course of those events in the Clone Wars series, they are slaying the light side sacrifices for the father representing order, the daughter representing the light side, the son the dark side, and the mother eventually chaos. Abeloth, she is called. Later on, Abeloth herself, in some of the final books published by LucasArts before they sold to Disney, Abeloth comes forth. She is the embodiment of chaos, an extremely powerful Force being. Luke Skywalker has to fight her. They eventually triumph, go off looking for the dagger. Luke concludes that instead of light and order as represented by the father and the daughter, instead of those individuals trying to contain chaos and darkness, it is up to the Jedi and the Sith to do so. Well, those themes, the themes of balance, the themes of order, chaos, these were present on the minds of the LucasArts creators before the sale to Disney. This was the current content they were working on as the transition was made to the team. Much of The Last Jedi is full of these conversations of order, these conversations of chaos, balance. They talk about these things a lot. The Force is to be balanced, yada, yada, yada. At one point, when Rey is beginning her training, this moment where she reaches out, literally, and then finally makes connection, Luke comments, "Oh my word, you've encountered the Force. You've encountered the dark side, specifically. And yet, you didn't resist it." But we find that Rey had no ill effects from going into the Dark Force Nexus. There was nothing that happened to her. It was as if it just slid away from her. The sister was very much this way in the Clone Wars. She the brother and the sister, the light and the dark, fought all the time, but they really couldn't hurt each other in any meaningful way. If she is literally the embodiment of the light side of the Force, the avatar of the light side of the Force, then the darkness would just shed away. She's half of the living Force. She's part of the cosmos. Let's continue more. Rey is extremely powerful. She's over the top powerful for someone with no training. Part of her gripe with Luke in this movie is that Luke really won't train her. But yet we see her, she has all these extraordinary prodigy level Force abilities. She can fight, and all we've seen from her is some street brawling back on her home planet. She's not a trained Jedi Master. She's just not. Jakku didn't do much for her. But yet, she's so powerful. Yoda. We have Yoda make an appearance in this film, and he strikes lightning into the tree, this former ancient nexus of Jedi learning. We learn later that the book's escaped. That'll be important here in a moment. But he says that Rey has everything she needs. Why would he say that unless the Force itself had already given her those tools? Kylo and Rey. All right, I believe that Kylo, as the reverse of that, Kylo is the brother. Kylo is connected to his sister mentally in this film. I don't buy Snoke's assertion that he forged that link. I believe they are linked intrinsically by the fact that they are brother and sister. He is the dark side avatar. She is the light side avatar. I believe they are both solos. The sword of Anakin, the lightsaber hilt of Anakin that handed down by Luke and onto them, it called to both of them. In this film, there's a moment where both of them are reaching out and pulling on that lightsaber. And it breaks exactly in two, because they have equal right to the legacy of Anakin Skywalker. They are literally imbued with bringing balance to the Force. When that lightsaber shears and you see the two pieces go, it's because they have equal right. He's fallen to the dark, she's fallen to the light. Fallen's the right word. They bring balance one to another. I think this is likely the way they're going to go. I think this is the way they're rolling with it. The wild emotional swings of Kylo, very, very dark side oriented, maybe even more than Vader. Vader wasn't fully dark, as is shown in the films. That is my thesis. I believe it is. I think it's a good one. I think it explains the facts. I present it to you. I invite you to like, share, and comment. Let me know what you think. It was a very interesting film. There's a lot to unpack from this film. I would be excited to hear what you believe happened in The Last Jedi. Thank you very much.